Hello and welcome to this week's Team Intelligence hints and tips updates to help unify your team and get your team to the next level. My name is Greg Boas. I'm the CEO of Boas and Associates. Thanks very much for tuning in to this series on the 5 dysfunctions published by Patrick Lencioni. I trust you're getting a lot of value out of these. Moving on to the fourth out of the 5th dysfunctions. Last week we looked at the lack of commitment. This week we're going to be looking at the lack of accountability. And in particular, what I'm going to be doing is just adding value to that pool of information that Lencioni's published already, giving you insight using our unique team intelligence model and also using the world-renowned extended DISC, which is a behavioural profiling model which we use as part of our team intelligence model with our clients. So this week is about a lack of accountability, and Lencioni points to the reason for there being a lack of accountability in teams is generally a lack of a team culture, and I'd strongly agree with him on this. And what I've seen in examples of my clients' situations, and also the situations where I see it working extremely well and where there is an accountability culture, it really comes down to a culture of the team being a team. High-performing teams, bottom line, when they work together, they achieve high results. So today's really just about sharing with you guys some quick tips and strategies to help you to get past this and to build that high-performing team. So let's get into it. The first thing, as I mentioned, is no team culture. So the way to counter that is to get them involved. And how to get them involved is to start with work out what they can actually do in the business to help drive it forward. So if you've worked out a vision, a direction, the value set, how can they then be involved with that? So if there's values for the company, what you could do is organize a team meeting and then organize, well, what are the values and the mission for the team? Get them to create that, get them to put their own work into that, because what will happen is that will turn into them owning that. And with them owning that, what will happen is that they will then have skin in the game, and then they will feel accountable for that. It's almost like their roles are their own business, or their own business responsibility within your business. And in a way they are. That's just a mindset change. So how does this actually relate to the extended DISC model that I was talking about? Well, the lion really is responsible for the results. They love results. So having them accountable for their own results is generally not going to be a hard thing. If it is an issue with a particular person, then there's some issue. Have a direct conversation with them and just get to the bottom of what the actual issue is. Is it a matter of they're not committed to the company anymore? If so, maybe it's time for them to move on. The dolphin is about fun and people. So where the issue is going to be for them is if there's no team culture or there's no cohesiveness with the team anymore, they might feel a little bit sort of on the outer edge of the team. Again, have a conversation with them and just broach that, and just be aware that they are sensitive. They don't want to appear to be not creating results with the team. They don't feel that they want to be a burden on the team. So just be aware of that. The mother bear type, they're focused on comfort and what's happening next. So they need to know what the actual reasons for what you're doing are, and then how they can actually then be involved. If you involve them in that and there is a strong team unity there, and they will know about that because they're all about the people, have a conversation with them and find out how they then can be involved. Even get suggestions from them of how they can actually get the other team members involved as well. They love working in a group. The squirrel is all about doing their own job and doing it right and doing it well. So where you'll get kickback from them and where you'll get perhaps a lack of accountability will be if they've not been actually involved in the creation of a system or a process, or they're having to follow a system or process that they don't believe is the right one. If they feel that they have a better way of doing it, it's probably best off, and I know you guys probably do it already, but have a conversation with them and see what suggestions you can implement to improve that. Again, it's getting them involved in the actual creation of something. By involving them in that, you then have them and they take ownership of it. So that's a wrap this week. I trust that's been of great value. Next week we are going to be looking at the last dysfunction. If you haven't caught up to date with everything that we've covered so far, please jump onto our blog and you'll find a whole list of all the other dysfunctions within the team, but also there's a wealth of information and tips and strategies on there to help unify your team. If you'd like to know how our team intelligence model or our diagnostic can help your team get to the next level, get in touch with us. Our contact details are at the end of the video, and I'll see you next week.